Alright, so I am very excited for this video. It's a matchup I think a couple people have done before, but there's been some update to information, and there's been honestly some scaling of both characters that I just either haven't agreed with or just thought they were a bit weird. So I decided to do my own version of it today. Plus, the movie Eternals is coming out at some point, and Hyperion counts as one. So we are going to be doing Sentry versus Hyperion. By the way, Hyperion recently just did something crazy in comics. If you want me to cover that story, let me know in the comment section down below because it's very new. But anyways, we are going to go over Sentry, then we're going to review Hyperion, then I'm going to tell you who I believe wins. If you like content like this, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell to make sure you see all my content on time when it drops. Anyways, guys, this is going to be the battle. I hope you enjoy it. With that being said, let's begin. Robbie Reynolds was actually the original of the heroes in Marvel. However, due to the nature of his powers and his connection to the Void, a dark entity, Sentry and Marvel Earth mind hacks themselves into forgetting him. Even still, Sentry later undid this and rediscovered himself. This shows how strong Sentry is, as even Thor and Hulk did not neg the hack. Hulk technically did, but only in Hulk form because that's a separate personality, but Bruce couldn't. But for sure Thor did not. In the original run, it's explained the serum Robbie took actually made each individual cell in Sentry skip ahead in time. This means even when he's here, Sentry technically isn't here. He's supposed to be ahead of you and does not currently exist. Baffling to think about, but also very interesting in its own way. Moving on to strength. Sentry has always been the heavy hitter on his teams. This is due to his reality warping abilities, giving him what seems to be unlimited strength. We saw in the Siege storyline, Sentry faced off against Ares. In the brief scuffle, Sentry absolutely mauled him. At the end of the fight, Sentry literally tore Ares in two. Ares can fight Hercules and is generally considered to be Herald Tiers in Marvel. In one comic, Wolverine remarked how Sentry hits as hard as Galactus when pissed. This actually kinda makes sense given X-Man himself stated that he and Sentry literally brawled with Galactus. Sentry is consistently Herald tier in strength, but usually can go quite above that if he's motivated to do so. Since this is inverse, I won't really need to get all fancy with the speed methods. However, the absolute lowest you can put Sentry at is MFTL+. Sentry can casually, and as the Void as well, blitz characters in high tier for speed. This includes Loki, who the Void casually blitzed. Void is a part of Sentry, and even when split, Sentry keeps up with him. They scale. We also see Sentry clown Terrax with the speed advantage, punking him in mere seconds. Terrax is a former Herald who scraps Herald tiers, yet he got owned and one-shotted by Sentry. Sentry's a blur in combat, especially when he's going for the blitz. Sentry is usually referred to as a god, immortal, or unkillable when referencing his durability. This is due to what Sentry has shown or proven to be capable of and what he has survived throughout his time. Sentry has complete control over his molecular structure, even when said structure is gone. This was shown when he faced Morgan Le Fay. Le Fay defeated Sentry and deleted him from existence. He came back fully healthy moments later. Best explanation for this to me is the skipping the timeline cell description. The Sentry you just killed is actually a past Sentry, technically. He also can go toe-to-toe with the Void several times and be fine. This should be an equal or close to his own power, yet he still endures. It is incredibly hard to put down the Sentry. Sentry has never been one to be called upon for wisdom or knowledge, and this is typically due to the fact that, well, he's legit crazy. Still, Sentry's intelligence and battle IQ has improved some. I'd note this for him maturing in his powers. He even at one point had to learn exactly how he was able to do what he does. He didn't even know what the source of his power was. He also has a natural instinct when it comes to who and how to attack. Even before really knowing what was going on, he knew he had to go to Professor X. Sentry may not be an IQ god, but if you treat him as dumb, you'll likely end up taking the loss. Sentry's list of potential powers is absurd, but we can keep it brief and discuss what is typically associated with him in character. Files on Sentry include super strength, superhuman speed, durability, healing factor, enhanced senses, energy projection and manipulation, flight, and insane psionic power. Sentry is also known for molecular manipulation and his own ability to contain power. Even classic Sentry held the power of a cosmic cube on accident once. Overall, Sentry is an incredibly powerful, unstable hero / god that can go toe-to-toe with anyone, as typically his biggest enemy is truly himself. Now that we got Sentry out the way, let's take a look at Hyperion. Hyperion hails from a reality completely outside of the 616. During the incursions, 2 Earths touched, causing the destruction of both universes. Hyperion was unable to save his reality, and instead ended up a prisoner in 616. Hyperion would later be freed and would join the heroes of 616 for a bit, while also serving in the Squadron Supreme. One of the reasons Hyperion is so strong may be because of his Eternal's supposed origin. He explains Makari recognized him as an Eternal. Eternal's true forms come from beyond time and space, which may explain why Hyperion has shown before wild feats. This may also explain why his powers are so random and they fluctuate. Eternals are truly all over the place in power. If you want a video on the Eternals because the movie's coming out, comment down below. Anyway, strength. Hyperion is one of the strongest powerhouses for the Avenger type characters in Marvel. Similar to Sentry, Hyperion is typically called upon to handle big time threats. In strength, we have seen Hyperion casually rip off the arm of the High Evolutionary. High Evolutionary has feats of squaring off with Galactus and being compared to dualities. Hyperion still pulled up on him. Hyperion also swapped hands with Atlas. This is impressive because Atlas has gone toe-to-toe before with Thor and is a god like Hercules. Still, Hyperion was perfectly fine. This shows the power of Hyperion when he's truly pissed off. Like strength, the speed of Hyperion is truly incredible. We have seen him blatantly keep pace with Thor in combat. Blitzes and regular movement speed, he's equal with Thor as well. Thor is capable of fighting even beyond time itself, and his hammer can cross the universe in moments. Yet, Hyperion easily can match his speed. On top of this, the physicality and power of Blue Marvel was compared to Hyperion. Marvel can keep up with Avengers and Sentry in combat. This is further evidence of the physical prowess of Hyperion. Perhaps where Hyperion is most slept on is in durability. Yeah, sure, he scrapped Hulk and Hulk tier characters and walked it off. That's not hard for him. We have seen him regen from having his brain and eyes consumed. Not only that, but he did so on panel. On top of this, we have seen him take blasts from celestial beings and continue to keep fighting. These beings forge what makes creation, and Hyperion got back up and said, run it back. Did he win? No. But you have to kill Hyperion if you want him to stop. Hell, he fought till the bitter end with Thor. Both of them charged forward and died at the same time, and Hyperion proved he was just as tough as the Thunder God himself. Hyperion's experience and abilities grant him somewhat of an amp for battlefield IQ and prowess. As an Eternal, Avenger, and a member of the Squadron Supreme, Hyperion has essentially faced it all. He's also constantly observing the macro, micro, and normal world. His view of reality is multi-layered and absurdly detailed. This Sensorian awareness allows Hyperion to combat stronger beings and successfully coordinate attacks against them. He's no boy genius, but Hyperion is quick to analyze and adjust if he needs to. Like Sentry, Hyperion is blessed with a multitude of abilities and powers. Among these include strength that only improves in the daytime due to the sun, super speed on par with gods, durability that can withstand Terminus, Hulk, and even Beyonder blasts. He has flight, which allows him to keep up with Thor and blitz other Avengers. His laser atomic vision is able to one-shot and behead even Namor. Namor can strike with Hulk and Thor and come out fine, but he got one-shotted by this vision. Hyperion can regenerate even essential organs. He has senses on multiple layers of reality. He can hit intangible beings. He can one-shot Terminus, who made it to fight Celestials. So basically, Terminus as a concept was supposed to fight Celestials themselves, and he got one shot. What does this all mean? Simply put, Hyperion is a tough outing for anyone due to his abilities and toughness. So, if these two godlike beings, well, one's a god, one's a devil, if they were to clash, who do I think would win? Well, I think in a physical brawl, if they just straight up physically brawled, I wouldn't be surprised if Hyperion won that. Consistently, I was very shocked to see how dangerous he is in physical brawls, up close melees with his laser vision as well. But what I think this will come down to is hacks, and Sentry just has him there. Way more feats with hacks in particular. That makes him a lot more dangerous in combat than Hyperion. It's a hard battle because it's going to start out a slugfest, and Hyperion probably gets the edge early. But in the end, because of his immortality and hacks, I feel like Sentry will get the win. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to see an individual in detailed power scale on either of these characters, let me know in the comment section and hit like the comment as well so I see it faster. But anyways, it's been your boy YFV, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.